Now, I like this caption here of the tree of life, and you have the dinosaur plus a rose as the divisor, and the tree, and people that question and all that stuff. I'm not even sure what it's about, but the tree of life was a real tree, and you know, there were two trees. There was the forbidden tree and the tree of life. And some people think that one was sex and all that stuff. Eve, they had sex before, and this was sin and so forth. But God had said, even as soon as He made it, that you were to multiply and replenish the earth. And as I've said in some other videos, that after Satan's sin and they were cast out, the third, God wanted to replace them. So He set up this world, put us in, and we were to live and multiply. And when we reached that number, then we would have gone to heaven and be the angels. And of course, the devil knew that we are to replace him, and so he came in an effort that is beyond. He really went beyond, and he really pressed Adam and Eve and got them to compromise. And then he became the de facto ruler of this world until he crucified Christ. He was going back and forth to heaven, and then after he did that, he was completely banished. And Christ now is the true owner of this planet. So the tree of life was not that it's any special tree. God could have made any tree the tree of life. What I understand is that it's a stewardship matter. Look, I give you this whole garden and this whole world to manage for me. But you see this tree here, I want you to always, when you see it, remember that you're just the manager. You don't own the trees. You don't own this plant. You don't own nothing whenever you see this tree. And don't even touch it, don't eat it, because I reserve this to me. It's something like the tithe. We have all the money in the world, but He just wants 10%. To remind us that, the treasures of the world belong to Him. My understanding is that of the 7 days He has given us, He wants one for Himself. Where not necessarily for Himself, but one that we will remember that He's the true owner of the week and our lives. And in going for that one and resting and be with Him, we're blessed and we become happier. And you know what? I pity people who work 7 days a week, man. It's stressful. It's hard. 10 hours every day. When you work hard for the 6 and then you take one off and go with God, and it's refreshing and prepares you to go back out there and work hard again. Maybe that's why people have to have vacations, because they work so hard that they burn themselves out and they have to go. But if you have this weekly cycle of rest and so forth, I'd like to see Europe. I'd like to see some places that I've read about and so on. But I haven't had a vacation, or I haven't gone on a cruise yet, and I'm not dead. And people tell me, one guy said, "Man, I'm 60, but I ain't no punk, and nobody gonna beat me like that." He's talking to me, and I say, "Man, I'm 58, but I look younger." And I'm no bad John, and I don't like fighting and all that stuff, but I'm gonna defend myself. You know what I mean? And he was kind of scared. He was saying that you got a big pipe, so I had to say, "Bro, look, man, I didn't do you anything, bro. Why you picking this pipe to fight with me? I don't want to fight you. I never did you nothing, bro." The problem is that I talked to this lady who was playing with this dog or this cat, and then she's going to handle the food, and I asked her to wash her hands, and they make it a big issue. I don't need to hear you telling me nothing, because, bro, I'm checking for my health. This lady needs to wash her hand or sanitize her hand if she's going to handle the food, and you can't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. So you get upset when but man, bro. Next guy saying, "You need protection." I don't need no protection. I didn't do this, brother, nothing. I didn't do you nothing, bro. I didn't touch you, nothing. You know what I mean? So, you rested, you look better, the whole 9 yards. And so, that was that tree. It was like a stewardship thing. The body doesn't belong to me. I can't go pierce it and put earring in my nose and all over my body. I can't do that. I can't put tattoos on, because this body is not mine. I'm just a steward. I'm supposed to take it and give it back to God better than He gave it to me. You see what I'm saying? And then the tree of life. Let me see, the forbidden fruit. Right, tree of life was the tree that after they had passed the test, and God said, "Yeah, it's time now. They're going to eat of that tree, and then they'll become like immortal. They won't die again." So when the number or after a certain time, if Adam and Eve had passed the test and they had gone to eat that tree, then they would have becoming almost there to be angels. So I'm not sure if it would have been when the numbers reach and they're ready now to move on that they do it, or whether in a couple of years or months after creation and after that test of picking the forbidden fruit, whether they would have had access to the tree to eat, because you wouldn't die after that. And so, as the scripture says, that when they sinned, he put an angel to guard the tree. And my understanding is that he took that piece of real estate up and he took it away and took it back to heaven. So perhaps he's going to come back within the third time and be on earth, so that maybe we can eat of it and just don't have to be eating flesh or grass, whatever, or fruits or whatever. We might just eat of that and we just don't need to eat again. I'm not sure it's going to go, because we wouldn't need the forbidden fruit again, because we would all be stored and we'd all have over time recognize that God is the true owner of our body, our time, or possession, the whole 9 yards, and so there's conflict with that, so you don't need that tree again. But the tree that would perpetually keep people healthy and so forth may be there, I don't know. But as I saw this formula here, and then the flower, I'm not sure what to take of that, but the dinosaurs were extinct because God had not created them.